Today in phonics, we're going to be adding S and ES to words to make plurals, okay? You might be thinking, what does plural mean? Have a think about it, pause the video and have a think if you can remember what plural means. How did you get on? Did you remember what plural means? Okay, I'm going to show you on the next slide. So what does plural mean? Okay, so we've got singular means one of a thing. Plural means more than one. And if you look underneath, I've given you some examples. So we've got singular on one side and plural on the other side. So here, there's one owl, okay? That's singular. On the other side, we've got two owls. Can you see how the word has changed? We've just added an S to make it plural because there's more than one. On this side, on the singular side, there's one torch. But on the plural side, can you see this time there are two torches, and to make it plural we need to add ES, okay? So that's what plural means when it's more than one. I've got an activity for you to do now. Can you see the nouns that are around the two jars? So what you might like to do in a second when I've just explained your activity, you can either draw the two jars and put ES in one jar and S in the other jar, or you could just draw a line down your book in the middle of your book and put ES on one side and S at the other. And then you're going to write the plural of these words. Now remember, sometimes you need to add S and sometimes you need to add ES. Can you put the words into the correct jar for their word endings? So you've got elephant, so you need to make that into plural, watch, tree, apple, fox and church. So make all of those nouns that I've just said, turn them into plural by adding ES or S. So pause the video and do that activity. How did you get on with that? I'm going to show you the answers and you can check whether you've got them right. So can you see that all of these words now, all of these nouns, all of these naming words have either S or ES at the end of them, and we've sorted them into the correct jar. So you can see in the jar with the ES ending, so the ES suffix, that's the word ending, we've got foxes, churches and watches. In the other jar, we've just added S, and in this jar you have elephants, trees and apples. Okay, now I'm just going to move it up because I've got another activity for you to do. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to turn these words in the sentences into plurals. So in a moment I'll just read out the questions, and then in a moment you can pause the video and you can write these questions down and turn the words that are in bold into plural. So I went to two weddings at the same church. I went to two weddings at different churches. I played on the climbing frame. I played on the climbing frame. To clean my pet, I use one brush. To clean my pet, I use two brushes. The witch had one black cat. The witches had three black cats. Okay, pause the video, write the sentences, see whether you need to add S or whether you need to add ES. How did you get on? I'm going to show you the answers and you can check your work yourself. So can you see here that we've changed church into churches and it's got ES at the end of it. Here we've changed frame into frames and we've added just an S. To brush, we've added ES. Here in this sentence, we've got two words that we needed to change. So we've had witch, we've changed into witches, and it's got an ES at the end. And cat, we've added an S. Okay? Can you think of your own sentence to make one of the words into plural? So you might want to pause the video and have a go at writing your own sentence. Now, you might be thinking, it's a little bit confusing about when to add an S or ES. Now, you might remember from year one, because this is revision from year one before we move on, because it's really important that we know when to add S or ES. And you might already know this, but I'm going to go through it just in case. So when we just add S, for most words, I can simply add S. This is what the pirate's saying here. And so, for instance, in the word cat. So I am just going to check that when I say the plural word, I can only hear one extra phoneme added on. So can you make cat into plural? So we just add an S. So we add that plural ending. So cats. Does it have one sound? Have a think about it. I'm going to turn to the next page to show you exactly what this means. So yes, the word only needs one extra phoneme to make it plural. So for instance, so say it again, cat becomes cats. Okay, can you hear that? Just one sound at the end. Cat. Okay, that's just one sound. Okay, so for most words like this, I just add S. So that's nice and easy. So when you say the word, you just have to think, does it have, when I make it plural, does it just have one extra phoneme in at the end? So let's have a go at these words here. So cake is going to become cakes. Can you hear just at the end of it? Cake. It's just got one sound. Tail becomes tails. So tail, tails. It's just got the S at the end. Chair becomes chairs. Again, it's just got one sound. Chair. Okay, so have a go at saying those. Okay, listen for those phonemes. Okay, it's just got one phoneme at the end, one sound at the end. That's how we know we need to just add S. Now, I'm going to go and explain when we need to add ES because this is slightly different. Now, does this word end in a hissing, buzzing, or shushing sound? Okay, so dish, that's got a sh sound, hasn't it? Okay, so this is where it becomes a bit different. It does, so we can't just add S. It would be too hard to pronounce. Imagine if we just added S and we go dish. Okay, so it would be really tricky to say. So this is where we have to do something different. So this word needs to have ES. So we would say dish is. Okay, can you see? It sounds a bit different to the other one. So dishes. Okay, dishes. Okay, so have a look at these words. Okay, so remember, if it's got a hissing, buzzing, or shushing sound, okay, it's a bit tricky to say, then we add ES. So have a go with these ones. So this word, the first word is stitch. So we can't just add an S to that because it would be too tricky to say. So we say stitches. Okay, so we add the ES. Kiss becomes kisses. Okay, do you see? Can you hear it when you say it? It's got more than one phoneme at the end of it. Okay, box, boxes. Okay, so that's where we add the ES. Now, your activity is going to be changing these singular nouns to plurals. Okay, so you've got class, book, match, glass, watch, star, hat, and toothbrush. You need to decide, do I add S to it or do I add ES? Remember to say them. Say it out loud so you can hear whether it's got one phoneme sound at the end of it. And then you'll be able to figure out if it's just an S or whether it's ES. So pause the video, have a go, write these down in your book, and then we're going to check the answers together. How did you get on? Let's check the answers together. So can you see that class, we had to add ES because it's got that sound, hasn't it? It's got that hissing sound at the end of it. Okay, book, we just add an S. Books, you can hear just the one sound at the end. Match, okay, that's got the ch sound, so it would be difficult if we just added the S to it. So we say matches, we add ES. Glass again, it's got the double S, so it's the S. Glass is, glasses, okay. Watch becomes watches, again, it's got that ch sound, so watch is, okay. Star becomes stars. You can hear just the one phoneme at the end of that. It's the same for hat as well. Hat becomes hats. Can you hear it at the end? Hats. Just one sound. And toothbrush becomes toothbrushes because it's got that sh sound there. Now, your challenge is to think of your own words to change to plural. Have a go at doing that and good luck.